and I'm probably absolutely going to regret that, but we're gonna roll with it. I told y'all, I said that this was going to be a terrible idea, did I not? I said I'm gonna use one die and I'm gonna regret it. I said that, did I not? It absolutely did not just do that. There's no way. So apparently this is the month that thrillers return, whether I want them to or not. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sam and this is my August TBR game. If you have never played this game with me before, I will have the original video linked down below with the basic rules. We do change the rules up a little bit each game as I discover new things, as people make new suggestions, but the basics are the same. We have this calendar that we put spots on and we play it like a board game. And we choose books based off the prompts that I land on. So it's super fun. I've been really enjoying it. I have already actually played the game and I'm refilming the intro because I left the fan on and the sound was awful in the beginning. Luckily, the rest of the video, I was able to use the audio from my phone that was filming overhead, so the rest of the video is fine. I don't need to replay the game. I'm just refilming the intro because the sound was so awful. So July was a pretty decent reading month. Not my best ever, but definitely not the worst. We had 8 books on the TBR. I read 7 of them. Started the 8th, decided to take a punishment for it because I don't think I'm going to finish it before the end of the month. But we started with Darling Girl, as I'm losing books. We started with Darling Girl, which was a new adult or adult book. Then we had Illumina, which was a book over 600 pages. Technically, this one's not quite over 600 pages, but it was the closest I had that I could read at the moment. Then we had Halo, which is the one that I have not finished. I'm only like 50 pages in. Not really vibing with it, but I don't want to officially DNF it. I think it might be a DNF for now. So I did take a punishment for that one. Then we had the Inheritance Games, which was a free pick. I did read that. We had The Stardust Thief, which was a book with an animal on the cover, and I did read that. We had Ross Poldark, which was a book that was intimidating. I did read that, and that was my Patreon's book club pick this month. Then we had Defending Taylor, which was a book under 400 pages. I did read that. And Book Lovers was also a book under 400 pages, and I did read that. So all in all, not a bad reading month. I did read a couple other things. Went off the TBR a little bit. And I actually think I had my lowest reading average yet so far this year. So that was a little not so great, but we did read some good books. And if you are interested in seeing my thoughts on all of the books that I read and like a full wrap-up video, that will be coming on Sunday. So we're gonna go ahead and set up the board for August. I'm gonna insert that footage here and then we will get into the game. Before we get into the game, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the like button, and the little bell icon will notify you when I post. I post on Sundays and Wednesdays. Let's get into the game. Alright, so since we were filming on my phone now, we're filming on my bed, which means the phone stand is a little wonky. I've been trying to use books to like weigh it down, but it's not really working, so it's a little crooked, and we're just gonna roll with it. But we need to make sure we don't forget our punishment spot, so I'm actually gonna put that like right here so that I see it. But we're going to go ahead and put the spots on the board. So we're gonna start with the hard prompts, the little red spots. Last month I used 2 die by accident. This month I'm gonna be smart and only use 1. I did have someone suggest that I can put more than 1 dot on a spot if it comes up more than once here, and I think I kind of like that. So we're gonna try it, but I'm not gonna do more than 2 dots on a spot because I think that would be too many because it's gonna end up being like multiple prompts if I land on a spot that has 2 or more. So I think we're gonna go with I can put up to 2 dots on 1 spot and see how that goes. So for the hard prompts, we need 4. Okay, that's not terrible. So the first one will go on spot 5. Okay, so then we will go to the free spots, so the green spaces. So we get 5 of those. Cool. All right, then we'll do the challenge spots, which are the blue ones. Oh, 15. Ooh, that one's gonna suck if I land on that. 25. I didn't even roll for how many I need for this. Okay, hold on. Hopefully I need at least 2. 3. Cool. And 29. All right, and then the TBR treats. So I have read almost 90 books. I don't think I've hit 90. I think I'm sitting at like 88 or 89. So it means we count it as 80, and we have already used 3. So we need 5. Wow, 15 is going to be a really interesting... Oh, wait, I can't put more than 2. That was my roll. Okay, just kidding. Okay, now we need to roll our punishment. Add a challenge spot. Okay, I can do that. And that will go on spot 29. So that will have 2 challenge prompts, which will be a nightmare. Cool. All right, so the board is set up. We are ready to go. Changed a couple of things up this month. I am still gonna go with 1 die for the first roll and then 2 for the rest. I've had a lot of people suggest that I get a different die with like the D6 or D8, and I totally want to, but I never remember in time to play this game. And they're kind of hard to find. Like, I would have to order it. It's not something I can just like run to Walmart and grab. So maybe for September, we'll give it a shot then. But we're gonna go ahead and play and see how this goes. Okay, so for our first roll, we are going to use just 1 die, and then we'll use 2 for the rest. Where is my other die? There it is. All right, so roll number 1, 6. That is not a bad roll. All right, so that is a picture prompt. Friends to lovers. Okay. Okay, so the first roll that we got was super easy to pick because I only had 1 book that fit this prompt. So I chose Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. This follows the sister from It Happened One Summer. That's the first book. This book follows her sister and Fox, who is the love interest from the first book's best friend. And he and Hannah, the sister, are now friends, and she is still crushing on this guy that she works with, and he's supposed to be helping her, but he's actually in love with her, so he's trying to like pretend to help her while actually sabotaging it, kind of thing. I think they're living together too. I don't know, but it sounds cute, and I really, really liked the first book, so we're gonna try this one out. And you know, as I'm sitting here, I am making a new decision. I'm gonna use 1 die for the whole game. I just feel like I want August to be a bigger TBR. And I'm probably absolutely going to regret that, but we're gonna roll with it. All right, so we decided to just use 1 die. So roll number 2. 3. Okay, not too bad. 1, 2, 3. And it's a free pick. Ugh, I hate when I get free picks super early in the game because I'm afraid to waste a book. Okay, so for our second roll, we got a free pick, and sometimes I hate getting free picks at the beginning of the game, like close to the beginning, because I'm afraid to waste a book that I might need for a prompt later, especially because I'm on a book buying ban, so my physical TBR is kind of getting smaller, but I think I'm gonna reread a book for this one. So I'm choosing From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I'm gonna choose this book because I just convinced one of my best friends to read it, and she is on the second book, and I want to reread them to catch up because I have not read The War of Two Queens yet, so I want to read it with her, so I need to catch up to her. So I'm gonna choose this book, and I'm actually really excited because I did want to reread it. If you have not read this book follows Poppy, and she is a maiden in this world where she can't talk to anybody, she can't be seen by anybody, she has to like wear all white and like wear this veil, and she's waiting for her ascension, and she doesn't really know what that means other than it's supposed to be this big honor. But then she gets this new guard, and a lot of bad things happen from there. So this book is so good, and I'm really excited to read the 4th one. I have heard so many people I've heard very mixed reviews on this series. People love the 1st and 2nd one, and then I feel like some people it goes downhill from there, or some people still love it. I'm in the camp of I've still loved it so far, so I have high hopes for the 4th one. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm really excited to dive back into this world. All right, and rule number 3, 2. Ooh, and it is a TBR treat. I love those. All right, I am going to not look while I do this because some of them are orange, so I know they're newer and I don't want to be biased. All right, oh, we did get an orange one. Zodiac Academy. So for roll number 3, we got a TBR treat, which is super exciting. And we got Zodiac Academy, which is both exciting and terrifying. I have wanted to read the series for a while. I have mixed feelings. I know it's a very long series. I've also heard that like the first few are not good and you have to like, I don't know how many books you have to read before it actually gets good. It's also a bully romance. So I'm very nervous about this book, but I've been intrigued and I've been seeing it everywhere, so I do want to read it. So now I have permission to buy the first one and we'll see how that goes. So I am excited. I am nervous, but I am excited. All right, and roll number 4. 1. I told y'all this was going to be a terrible idea. All right, so we get TBR treat, or nope, definitely not. Picture prompt. A new adult or adult. Okay, we had this one last month. Okay, so for our fourth roll, I think, we got a picture prompt, which was new adult or adult. So I'm going to take a little bit of a chance here, and I'm going to go with Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. So this is a thriller. And if you've seen my videos for the last, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, I have not been vibing with thrillers recently. I used to read a ton of them, and then I just kind of stopped really enjoying them. But this one's been sitting on my shelf for a while. I kind of forgot that I hadn't read it. I never actually separated it out into my TBR because I forgot that I hadn't read it, but I know I haven't read it. So we're gonna give it a shot and see if, I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm in the mood for a thriller, maybe. So we're gonna give it a shot and see if we're maybe jumping back on the thriller train. I don't really know a lot about this. I know that it's like an island and there's like 6 20-somethings. One person goes missing, another turns up dead, and then it spirals from there. Oh, okay, it's a reimagining of an Agatha Christie book. I'm assuming it's the And Then There Were None. So I've read a few books that are inspired by that, and I have read the Agatha Christie book, so I'm a little intrigued. We'll see how it goes. I don't know that that's a great idea since I'm deciding that I want this TBR to be larger. I don't know that it's a great idea to pick a book that I'm not sure I'm gonna read, but September might just have a lot of punishments. We'll see. All right, roll number 5. Hopefully we get a little bit further and we don't hit 15. 6. Okay. Another free pick. Okay, so for roll number 5, we got another free pick. This one's kind of big, so this one is also taking a little bit of a chance, but I'm gonna go with The Final Empire, which is the first Mistborn book. This was my TBR treat in June, but I ordered it from, I think, Book Depository, and it didn't get to me in time for me to read it in June, so I didn't get to read it, but I think I'm gonna read it in August. It's a little bit chunky, and this TBR might be very large, so this might be a terrible idea, but I do really, really want to read it, and I have heard great things about it, and someone actually told me that I should get really pretty editions of it because they're so sure that I'm gonna love it, so I need to actually, like, read it. All right, roll number 6. So far, I'm pretty happy with the way this is turning out. 4. All right, regular picture prompt. A pretty cover. Okay, I can do that. All right, so for my 6th roll, I think, 5th roll, 6th roll, somewhere around there, I got another free pick, and I'm gonna go with Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, because I know I'm gonna end up reading the whole series, and since I'm already choosing some chunky books and a thriller and some things like that, I want to be nice to myself. Since I already know I'm gonna read the whole series, I'm gonna try to get at least 2 of them on my official TBR and see how that goes. Plus, I love this cover. This was the first book that I ever tabbed. Oh, I did tab the first one. Okay, the first 2 were the first books that I ever tabbed. I don't tab books very often, but I have done a few, and I am kind of really excited to reread and see what I marked. I don't really remember what all my tabs mean. I know pink is romance, so that makes me excited for this book, but so far I am very happy with this TBR. All right, I don't know what roll we're on. 7, 3. Challenge prompt. Oof, this could be very scary. Oh my goodness. I told y'all, I said that this was going to be a terrible idea, did I not? I said I'm going to use one die and I'm going to regret it. I said that, did I not? So our challenge prompt was to go back to the beginning. We were so close to the end. And I keep telling myself all the time that I'm going to take this prompt out. However, I don't know, I think it's fun. Like, I'm not mad about it. I'm gonna regret it, I'm gonna hate myself later, but I do think it's kind of fun. So, I guess we're starting over. Alright, we are gonna take that out because we are not going back to the beginning again unless we hit it at the end spot, because we could hit it there too. I'll put it back after the game, we're not getting rid of it. That's the wrong lid. I'm just gonna leave the lid off. Okay, so we are starting over, and I already committed to using one die, so I am not going to take that back. Halfway through the game, that would just not be fair. So hopefully we get some 6s in here. Here we go. Roll number, oh wait, look at me forgetting things. I do need a prompt, and that one didn't give me a prompt, so I need a picture prompt. All right. A book written by a female author. That's easy, I can do that. Okay, so knowing that I have just been sent back to the beginning and we might be here for a minute, I'm gonna be nice to myself. My next prompt was a book written by a female author, so I'm gonna go with A Crown of Gilded Bones, which is the 3rd book in the Blood and Ash series, because I know I'm already gonna read the whole series and we've probably got a lot of more books to add to this TBR. I'm gonna be super nice to myself and hopefully this turns out okay. All right, now we are on roll 8. Well, we're gonna be here for a very long time, but we did get a TBR treat, so I guess I can't complain that much. All right, I am not looking. I feel like there's 2 here. Nope, just 1. Okay. It's yellow, which means it's been on my TBR for a while. Terra Nova. Okay. Okay. Okay, so for our 8th roll, back at the beginning, we only got a 2, which is scary. It's getting very dark outside all of a sudden. Oh my goodness, where did all of my light go? I wonder if it's about to storm. Is my light coming back? No? Okay, then we'll fix the camera settings. Oh, just kidding, it's back. Oh, and there go all the books. Pause. Alright, so our 8th roll, we haven't gotten very far in our replay, but it's fine. So we got a TBR treat, which is Terra Nova. This was a TV show that I absolutely loved, and they only had 1 season and then they canceled it, and I was so mad, and it was years ago, and I had no idea that it was a book until recently, within like the last year, and I've wanted to read it ever since. I have no idea if it's good or not. I have no idea if I'm gonna like it, but I loved the TV show, so we're gonna give it a shot and see how it goes. All right, roll number 9, and we're only on spot 2. This is awesome. 4. Okay, picture prompt. A sequel. Okay, that shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, so for roll number 9, we had a picture prompt, which was a sequel. And this was actually a little bit harder than I thought, because there aren't a lot of sequels that I own that I've read the first book. A lot of times if I haven't read the sequel, it's because I don't own the next book. So I'm gonna go with the Hawthorne Legacy, which I'm a little sad about because I was going to read it like today. Now I'll wait till August, but it'll be okay. The 3rd book comes out in August anyways, so I'm really excited to read that. I definitely want to get that as soon as I can, so it'll be good. I'll read something else today. All right, and now we are on roll 10. Awesome. Only 2. This is gonna be a very long game. Picture prompt. shortest. Okay, so the shortest book on my TBR. I need to pull up Goodreads for that. Shortest, The Lost Years. I don't think I actually have that book anymore. Atlantis we've tried to read multiple times. I just don't know that that one's gonna happen. So we're gonna... This isn't cheating, it's my game. We're gonna go with this one. So let me go find it. Alright, so for roll number 10, we got the picture prompt, which was shortest. So the shortest book on my TBR. The first one I don't actually own anymore. I did get rid of it. The second one I have tried to read and I just don't think I'm going to. I just don't think I like it. I tried to read it back in like June. So I'm gonna go with technically the third shortest, but really the shortest of the books that I'm actually gonna read, and that is Behind Closed Doors. This is by B.A. Paris and it is another thriller. So that's a little scary, but I'm assuming it's just like a domestic thriller. I mean, from the back of the book you can tell like it reads like she's an abused wife. I don't really know where it goes from there, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see. Maybe I'm vibing with thrillers this month. Maybe this is the month the thrillers come back. All right, and we are on roll number 11. Cool. Again with the 2s. Another picture prompt. A 5-star prediction. Okay. So for roll 11, we got another picture prompt, and that was a 5-star prediction. So I'm going to go with Obsidio. This is by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and it is the 3rd book in the Illumina files. And I'm reading Gemina right now, which is the 2nd book. I'm listening to it as audio, so I know it'll probably take me to the end of the month to finish it because I listen to audiobooks. I mean, I speed them up, but like I don't listen to them very often, so it takes forever for me to get through one. But I know I can get to this one in August, and I do really like having at least one audiobook to listen to a month, and I know that this is a good option. There goes my light again. It is what it is. So I'm really excited to read this one. I do think I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I gave the first one 4 stars when I physically read it, and then I bumped it up to 5 stars when I listened to the audio, because the audio makes this series, like, it is so much better than reading it. So I have a feeling this is the only one of the series that I've never read, so hopefully I like it. We'll see how it goes, but I am really excited to finally finish this series. All right, and we are on roll number 12. We're only on spot 10. Cool. 5. Okay, not terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I spoke too soon. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, because we have a challenge prompt and a hard prompt. So we're gonna do the challenge first, and then we'll do the hard prompt. So first challenge prompt. We could end up with like 4 books on like this one roll. This is gonna suck. Go back to the last challenge spot. But there isn't a last challenge spot. So, I think we'll just pick a different one, because we can't go back to the last challenge spot because there isn't one. This is the first one. So let's try that again. Choose 2 books for the same prompt. Okay, so we are going to end up with at least 3 books on this roll. Cool. Okay, so we need a picture prompt. A book that has a map. Oof, and I gotta find 2. I don't know that I have 2. Alright, so we're on roll number 12. We're not done with the roll, but our first dot was challenge prompt, and we got to choose 2 books for 1 prompt. So my picture prompt for that was a book with a map. So I found 2 books that have a map, same series, and probably the only 2 books that I have on my TBR right now that have a map. So we're gonna go with A Shadow in the Ember and The War of Two Queens. This is the prequel to Blood and Ash, but you're supposed to read it after the 3rd book, and then this is the 4th book in the series. And I know I'm going to read them all. I don't know that we're going to get to them all in August, or at least I don't know that she is, but I guess I can just read faster and then listen to her talk about it after. So I'm going to try to get through this whole series in August, and this TBR is looking quite scary at the moment. Alright, let's finish the roll. So, okay, so for the rest of this roll, we need a hard prompt. Oh, there were all the books again. Alright, pause. Okay, here's our hard prompt. A genre you don't usually read. Okay. Alright, so the rest of our 12th roll was a hard prompt, and I got a genre that you don't usually read. So I'm going to go with historical fiction, because other than Outlander and the first Poldark book, haven't really read any. So this is Demelza, which is the second book in the Poldark series. And I liked the first one enough to want to read the second one. So we're going to give it a shot. It's a little bit longer. This one is 521 pages, and it's written in like 1945, 1946. So, this one's a little intimidating, but we're committed now. All right, roll number 13. Oh my goodness. There's absolutely no way I'm finishing this TBR. Like, none. All right, picture prompt. Five-word title. Oof, that one might be kind of hard. All right, so the lighting is just gonna go in and out, and it is what it is at this point. But our 13th roll was another picture prompt, and that was a 5-word title, which was actually difficult. I only could find 2 books that matched that, and I wasn't really overly excited about either of them. So we're gonna go with The Book of Cold Cases. I lost the dust jacket to this because I have tried to read it before. It's another thriller. So apparently this is the month that thrillers return, whether I want them to or not. And I don't remember what it's about. I know that we have like a reporter, and I think she's a journalist, and I think she's like investigating or interviewing this woman that killed a bunch of people. That's all I know. That's all I remember. And I don't have the dust jacket, so we're just gonna roll with it and see what happens. All right, we're on roll number 14, and if we don't start getting some big numbers, this is gonna be a terrible month. Well, I guess it could have been worse. All right, picture prompt. A fantasy. I'm running out of fantasies. All right, so for our 14th roll, I think, we got another picture prompt, which was a fantasy. I'm running out of fantasies that I haven't read. So we're going to go with Defy the Night by Bridget Kemmerer. I don't know a lot about this series. I got it off Book Outlet. I have read another series by her. I think she wrote A Curse of Dark and Lonely, and I did like that one. So I have high hopes. I don't know a lot about this one other than I know there's like a plague and there's some sort of flower cure thing, and we've got like, I think she's an apothecary and her best friend. So yeah, I don't know where it goes from there, but we're gonna give it a shot and see how it goes. All right, we're on roll number 15, and I am ready to be done with this, if we're being honest. 4. Okay. That's better than it has been. Another picture prompt. A romance. I can do that. All right, roll number 15 was a romance, and I chose Good Girl Complex. This is by Elle Kennedy, and I loved Elle Kennedy's Off-Campus series, so I have really, really high hopes for this. I don't know much about it other than I know we've got a good girl, Mackenzie, and she's like a people pleaser, and she goes to the beach and she meets this bad boy, and I guess things spiral from there. I know there's a second book, but I don't know if they're like companion novels or like a direct series, and I don't think the second book is out yet, so we're gonna see how it goes. But I do have high hopes because I really love Elle Kennedy's writing style. All right, roll number 16. 4. Another TBR treat. We get to buy like a lot of books this month, which is fun, but not so great for my wallet. Okay, the yellow one. So this one's gonna be older. The Maidens. Okay, another thriller. All right, our 16th roll, we got a TBR treat, and we chose The Maidens by Alex Michaelides, I think. It's another thriller. So thrillers are coming back in August, whether I want them to or not. But I did read The Silent Patient by the same author, and I loved it. So I hope that I like this one just as much. We'll see. I have been wanting to buy it, though. So now I have to. All right, roll number 17. Will this be the last roll, please? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, last roll. All right, so we need our end spot. Oof, this could be very scary. It absolutely did not just do that. There's no way. Y'all, what do I even do? I have like 20 books on this TBR. I cannot go back to the beginning. I can't. I cannot. You know, I did have someone tell me that it was a terrible idea to put that on the end spot. You were correct. I hate myself. I'm running out of books. I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I legitimately have 18 books on this TBR. I haven't even read 18 books this month. The most I've ever read in a month is 21. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Because I follow the rules of my own game, we are gonna go back to the beginning. However, we're gonna use 2 die this time. I'm not playing around here. We're not doing the 1 die thing again. Okay, so this is like legitimately the worst game of my life. I'm loving all of the books, except the thrillers. I had such high hopes for this game, but this is great. So we're gonna use 2 die now because we need to actually like end this game. So 5. Okay, well, it could be worse. It is a hard prompt. And I am actually running out of books on my TBR, so a middle grade. I don't even think I have a middle grade available. Alright, so for our, I don't know, 17th roll, I got a hard prompt, which was middle grade, but I actually do not have a single middle grade on my TBR. Maybe I'll reread one. Alright, we're gonna reread a middle grade. This was one of my favorite authors and favorite books when I was in like middle school. So we're gonna reread it, and it's short, which is gonna be very helpful right now. So this is Deep and Dark and Dangerous, and this is by Mary Dunningham. It is a middle grade horror novel. I don't remember what it's about other than it's set at sea and there's a ghost and things like that. But I do remember really, really liking it and being very freaked out by it in middle school. So it's very short. It's only like 183 pages. I can bang this one out very quickly, and we need some of that right now. All right, roll number, I don't know, 18? Okay, 7. I'll take it. All right, picture prompt. Favorite author. Okay. Okay, so for our 18th, I think, roll, we got favorite author, and I don't really have any books on my TBR by a favorite author that I haven't already added, so I'm gonna do a reread. It's not a very long reread, and again, we need some short books in here because this is gonna be a nightmare. So I'm gonna reread Chasey McCree. This is by J.C. Isabella, and it is one of my favorite books of all time. It is my favorite like young adult romance of all time. And I really am excited to reread it, and I've wanted to reread it for a while, so we're gonna throw this one on the TBR and see how that goes. All right, roll number 19. Please give me a big number. 10. Okay, we're getting there. So close. A sci-fi. Okay, so for our, I think, 19th roll, we got a picture prompt, which was sci-fi. I don't have a lot of those on my TBR, but I'm gonna go with Uninvited. This is by Sophie Jordan, and I actually have no idea if I've read it or not. I have had this physical book sitting on my TBR for a long time because I saw it on my old Nook, but I don't think I ever read it. I don't remember anything about it. I just read the back, so I know it's about this girl who gets tested. Everybody gets tested for like the killing gene, like the homicidal tendency syndrome or something, and she has it, so she basically loses everything and has to go to like this special school for people with that gene. I don't know where it goes from there, but I remember nothing about this book, so I really couldn't tell you if I've ever read it or not. But we're gonna read it now. Maybe I'll remember things as I'm reading. We'll see. Alright, we're on roll number 20, so if this game doesn't end soon, I'm just going to die. 5. Another TBR treat. My husband is going to kill me. The fine print. Okay, okay. Alright, so for roll number 20, we got another TBR treat, and this is the fine print. I don't remember who it's by. I know it's like an new adult romance. I know it's spicy. I'm pretty sure it might be a billionaire romance, maybe. Don't quote me on that one, but I've been wanting to read it, so we'll give it a shot. Roll number 20, and please let this be the last roll. Okay, so we have played where if I get start over twice, we just ignore it. We can't get start over more than once on the end spot. TBR treat. Okay, this is the month of buying books, apparently. I'm going to need a job. Spinning silver. Okay. Okay, so we're done. We finished it. We ended on a TBR treat, which is amazing, and we got Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. I read, uprooted, and I really liked it, so I do have really high hopes for Spinning Silver. I don't know a lot about it other than I'm pretty sure it's like a Rumpelstiltskin retelling inspired type of thing, and it's fantasy. That's all I know. So I am really, really excited for that. We'll get that one. We've got a lot of books to buy this month. We have a lot of books to read this month, so... Okay, so this game was absolutely insane. Just off the charts. By far the most books. There are 21 books on this TBR. That's the most books I have ever read in a month. I read 21 books this past June. Most books I've ever read. And 2 of those were graphic novels. And we have some very thick books here. So I am scared. Let me show you what we got. So I actually cannot lift all of them at once. But here is stack number 1. All of these books. Here are the rest of the books that I own. And then we have to add 5 books for the TBR treat. So there are 5 books that I need to buy this month. My husband is going to kill me. So lots of reading to be done in August. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be great. I don't know that I'm going to finish it. I mean, there's a very good chance that I'm not. The likelihood is that I will not be finishing this. But I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try. I'm going to read all that I can. And it'll be fine. So if you are interested in reading one of these books along with me, the link to my Patreon is below. We pick a book every month and we read it together and we talk about it in the Discord, and it's super fun. So if you would like to join this month and read one of these books, the link will be below, and I will post all of these books and the voting thing up either today or tomorrow, and we'll go from there. If you are interested in seeing more TBR games from me, I will link the playlist to that below. I will also link my July TBR, or my July wrap-up. Once I film that, that will go up on Sunday, and then I will link it below here. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!
Oh my love.